Hi, I'm Jay Archer from Green Jay Landscaping, and I'm here with Dan Epstein. And it's a pleasure to be here again on your property. And we're talking about what it means to be a voice for nature. And what I most like about being in a garden, in a natural place, is the experience of how I feel and how I can smell and just enjoy that interaction, that fundamental human experience of being with nature. And I just wanted to ask you, how is this experience, not just here but in general, how significant and how you feel about it, you know, nature and...
Yeah. So for me, the most important room in the house is the garden. And so I want to feel most at home and most comfortable around things that are growing, around vegetables, around flowers, trees. That for me is how I feel most grounded.
Connected.
And connected, yeah.
And it's from the first conversations that we had, and it's not often that we can have a conversation on a level where somebody's really in tune and understands how organic horticulture works and the biodiversity and the elements of native plants are quintessentially important and essential for all life on Earth. And you have a beautiful natural setting already, beautiful mature trees, you know, natural native trees that are already sequestering carbon and giving off oxygen. And every other little nook and cranny that is represented, you know, in their micro habitats in terms of plants that, you know, like the shade and that attract this tremendous variety of beneficial insects. So now you have this wonderful organic garden, and you're a gardener yourself, so which means you're touching and feeling and experiencing that firsthand, not just looking. I like the experience of being inside nature. You know, whether I'm in a tree or I'm in the wetland or I'm something, feel like I'm not just looking in at a zoo. I'm not looking at something under glass. I'm looking at something that I'm part of, and it's really exciting and soothing to be out in the garden. And you got a big garden room out here, so it's an awesome place to just hang out. And what's your experience? This is you know, your first year in this new property, and what is you've been experiencing some birds and butterflies and stuff? So
when we talked about this project, we talked about creating a pollinator's garden. You know, we know what's going on all around us with species dying out and the climate warming, and you know, I think for me it was about, at least in the small plot of land that I have, being able to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And so I love to grow my own vegetables. I know there's no pesticide in there. I know exactly what I'm growing, and it's great to see vegetables growing on the trees and have my kids be able to go in and pick it and be part of that and learn about it. So that's a great thing to do. And then just learning about different flowers and how to propagate them and how to create different zones with their own microclimates. That to me is kind of infinitely fascinating. And then to think about it not just in terms of what you see on the surface, but how you create a better, healthier soil underneath that you're growing. You've got mycelium and mushrooms and mycorrhiza growing, which basically connects with the plants and communicates with them, helps them fight off pests. All of that is fascinating and ultimately leads to that healthier garden.
Well, I'm so glad that I have someone I can talk to that really appreciates, you know, the scientific aspect and how it affects our human life fundamentally. All aspects of our life, you know, mental, physical, and spiritual. Was as we are in this place, I can hear the birds singing, and you know, I see the moths and butterflies. And when we started just thinking about this, we had this conversation about mycorrhizal fungi and bacteria, and you're very well informed and how important that is as an organic gardener, and how we start from the ground up. And here we are with a traditional landscape in a traditional suburban setting that was treated traditionally with not all the best practices, probably in years previous. So we had to start at the ground up and think about what we're not putting in, what we're putting in, and to strategically think what adds value. And all these, not just the plants, but all the bacteria, all the fungi, all the beneficial insects. The fact that you have the desire to put a bat house up, we love that.
I've got a bat house, I just don't have any bats yet.
Yeah, well, there's, you know,
hopefully soon.
You know, you build it and they will come. But I think it's great that you're so committed to your own environment, especially for the children. Here's not just an outdoor classroom, which is great, or a model of ecological, you know, happiness. That's all great, and aesthetically it's wonderful. But to be in not just a safe place, but a nurturing environment, that's just so awesome. So,
well, you know, who knows what kind of world our children will live in, and you know, we're entering the machine age, and so in the machine age, how much opportunity will children have to be in nature?
And yeah, exactly, just like the phone ringing.
Yeah. And so you know, I think it's incumbent on me as a parent to give them that exposure and to make, so they can make their own choices.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat it?
Yeah, Series wants to know. So we can't escape it. We can't escape. But listen, thank you so much.
Hey, that's
really
my pleasure.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Well, thank you. I'll say one more thing, and you can keep this or not. So, thank you, Jay, because you brought a real passion to this project to enable me and my family to live, you know, our dream in this house, in this garden, and, you know, be surrounded by nature. So
well, I appreciate it, and we're realizing this together.
Yeah.
You know, because it is really a team effort, you know, for everybody concerned, and it's been a real joy and a pleasure. And you're my neighbor, and to have participated in this experience makes us all richer. You know, personally, individually, collectively, it's a win-win. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great. Okay. If you like what you've seen, check out our website, greenjadelandscaping.com.